You won't believe it. Mike hides this drenched little guy in the basement and even finds him a dry outfit. But then she did something that left everyone speechless. Wait, over there. That's the bathroom. Private, you get it? He's been locked up in that lab way too long. So Mike rushes to drag him into the bathroom. You don't want to go out. Nope. Oh, so you don't want to talk. Let's see how well closed that door. In the end, Mike decides to let this weird guy crash at his place for the night and will have his mom drop him at the shelter tomorrow morning. But they actually went into the woods to find their missing friend, and instead, they bring back a girl. The three argue about it non-stop when suddenly she spots a photo. He instantly recognizes the missing Zio. Do you know the Raven? Are you looking for him? Last night, on the way, and at that moment, Zio's mom gets a mysterious phone call. Hello? But all she hears on the line is static. Well, what's going on? Suddenly, a surge of electricity causes the phone to fry, but even then, the woman can hear her son's fearful breaths. On top of that, there are monster-like noises. Who's there? Take a look at my mom, and you mention, well, what's he saying? He's just breathing. Switch to Hawkins' lab, where they are urgently evacuating workers, and the mysterious area is under strict lockdown. Dr. Ab rushes to the base, and everyone is suited up in hazmat gear, making sure every part is tightly sealed. After all the prep, they take the elevator to the lab's containment level, where the previous night's events went down. The hallway air is absolutely dreadful, with dust floating around and strange liquid marks all over the walls. Then they see something which looks like an octopus clinging to the wall, and it seems to be breathing. From their conversation, we learn that this creature came out from here. Importantly, a girl has escaped. The commander yells at everyone, we must find that girl, or everyone's in trouble. Seems that girl is more important than the monster. Those guys have spent the whole day searching and still have no leads on Will. So they decide to keep looking tomorrow, but while they're coming up empty, Will's disappearance causes panic in the lab. Dr. Ab suspects that this boy's disappearance is connected to his daughter's experiments, so they head to Will's house under the guise of checking the team meter. Meanwhile, Will's mom is chatting with the store owner. Seeing she's not home, they suit up and rush into the backyard. They reach the backyard shed, and as soon as they step inside, a deafening noise rings out. This is exactly what they've been searching for. Poor woman spent all her savings on a bunch of colorful lights. She is taking down the bright paintings on the wall and hanging up the lights, but she's not planning a Christmas party, because she thinks her missing son is trying to send her messages via light bulbs. Wherever she walks, the lights turn on. Then there's a knock at the door. It's Mike's mom, Karen, with little sister Holly coming to visit. As they chat, Holly is drawn to a suddenly lit string of lights. She follows the lights right into Will's room, and poof, all the lights in the house suddenly go out. Luckily, Joyce arrives just in time to pick Holly up. But she realizes Holly's fixated on the wall and insists she saw something for sure. Joyce fears that the mother-daughter duo might get dragged into the bizarre happenings, so she urges them to leave. Then she hides in the cupboard, picks up some light bulbs, and starts chatting with her son. The bulbs respond, and then she tells Will that one flash means yes, and two flashes mean no. The bulbs flash in response to her once again. Subtitles. Joyce tells the mother and daughter that she is trying to find out where she is. But the lights don't react at all, so she thinks of a better way. She writes the 26 letters of the alphabet on the wall. Each letter has its own bulb. This way, Will can use the lights to communicate. Next, she wants Will to tell her where he is. As the letter lights come on, Will tells his mom where he is right now. But Joyce doesn't know what it means, and what now. Then the letters start lighting up one at a time. Will urges his mom to flee when home lights suddenly flicker. A Hawkins lab monster caused two students' mysterious disappearance. Nance's friend Barbara disappeared after being attacked by the monster at the pool and wakes up in the dark and eerie place. She keeps calling out Nance's name when suddenly a monster appears in the darkness, sending Barbara into a panic. She desperately tries to climb up and spots a ladder on the wall, but just as she makes it up, the monster grabs her foot. The next day, Nancy goes to school and realizes Barbara hasn't shown up. By lunchtime, she's still MIA, and Nancy is starting to get worried. But her boyfriend thinks Barbara might just be skipping school. Meanwhile, Mike and the gang plan to take Eleven to search for Will after school. They set to meet up at 3:15 behind her house, and Mike even gives Eleven his watch to wear. Sheriff Hobb is at the National Lab with officers suspecting Will might have crawled through this tiny passage. However, the lab director tells her there are cameras here, watching 24/7. No one can sneak past them. They pull up footage from that night for Hobb, but find nothing unusual. Hobb clearly remembers it was pouring that night, but there's no rain in the footage, leading him to suspect it's all been rigged and they're hiding something. Meanwhile, Nancy's boyfriend Steve hears Jonathan likes photography and wants to check out his work. Jonathan refuses, so Steve's buddy snatches his bag and discovers that all those pics are from their pool party that night. Steve rips up all the photos and even breaks Jonathan's camera, but Jonathan realizes something might have happened to Barbara during that party. After school, Jonathan heads to the party spot and finds Barbara's car, while Nancy arrives at the pool but can't track her down either. Then he continues searching in the woods behind the house, when suddenly he hears something and scared senseless, Nancy rushes home. She tells her mom about this and believes Barbara has encountered something terrifying. Meanwhile, Steve arrives right on time at Mike's place when suddenly a big cat appears, triggering his memories of being locked up in the lab. The cute kitty made Eleven not want to hurt it, but in the end, she got locked up by her dad, and Eleven was terrified. She used her psychic powers against her dad's two henchmen, and just then, Mike and his pals finally get out to school. They head for the woods where Will went missing, unaware that unknown dangers are lurking ahead. Hobb is looking into the Hawkins National Laboratory records and stumbles upon past accusations of animal abuse, along with Dr. Brenner being sued for his human mind control project. And moreover, he realizes that the test subjects were wearing lab coats. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe.